So right now it's 3 a.m. and I'm heading towards taking the jeep all the way, starting our journey for the exploration of Pikey Peak. And this is how it sounds like at Kathmandu at 3 a.m. So this is how we start for the jeep ride. And we have a driver for the day all the way to top. And his name is Kane, with all of experience on the trek to Pikey Peak and the Everest region. I'm Sir Edmund Hillary, officially the guide of World Himalaya. And here's one more important thing for Pikey Peak Trek. If you go for a sharing jeep, then what happens is like you have to be early, like at 3 a.m. and the jeep, they will collect every passenger door by door, but which there is no any fixed time that you will be leaving Kathmandu for the Pikey Peak Trek. But the thing is, like, if you book it as a private jeep, then anytime, anywhere you want to leave for Pikey Peak, then it's going to be open on your decision. This is what we receive for Pikey Peak Trek. Alright, so here we are, the first stop for the breakfast, and the place is called as Kabri Vanjang, and this is what I'm having for my breakfast: potato and some noodles with one of the beautiful nature. And I'm here with our guide from World Himalaya, Paul Tamang. And he's going to cooperate all the way to Pikey Peak. So we two together is going to explore Pikey Peak. And anything, brother, you want to say?
Hello, namaste. My name is Palden Tamang. Now, I'm going into Pikey Peak. From Kathmandu to in the jeep, 7 hours. And so on the way, it's very nice in the view, in the lake, in the mountains, and naturally nice in the fruit. Let's see.
Alright, let's make it worth it. So the last year, 2025, we had a really huge disaster. It was like 3 days of rainfall. You can see this is the main trail. The name is Lower River, and around 3.5 hours of distance of the road was like taken away by the river. It's totally messed up. So after a long hour of lower elevation of Nepal, we're entering towards the hilly areas. This is Okaldunga. After finishing on around 5 to 6 hours of low altitude. We're entering to the hilly area, and the name of the district is Okulunga. So the time right now, it is 12 p.m. as we started around 6 a.m. from Kathmandu, and now we are having a lunch at the place called Okulunga, and it's the nearest district from the Pikey Peak. And actually the people who are into the Pikey Peak Trek, they normally have they lunch like from here for 2 hours, or let's say like around 60 kilometers from here. The place called Kukot. But here today we got a really fast and furious driver who's driving his Jeep very fast. So we got here at this 6 hours. But usually it takes like around minimum of 9 hours to reach here. So this is it. So this is the quality of food that we are receiving, you know, this laws. And my brother, he's about to start. Alright, here we have curd and lentil, dal, hot rice, and some of the curry with the chicken and with the water. So as per now, it's the monsoon season, and the final destination for the zip ride from Kathmandu is this place, and it's in Solukhumbu district, and the name is Dap. So we're going to have a little bit break after a long jeep ride, just some tea, and we'll continue for the Pikey Peak Trek. Right, this is the vehicle that has made us all the way to Cap, and this is going to be our final destination for the jeep ride. So for every trekkers who are doing the Pikey Peak Trek, the first night that you're going to have is going to be at Dap. This is around 2,932 meters, and on the second day you will be starting the trek from this trail. So the buildings that are on the top, actually they are now building it, and it's for the viewpoint of Everest, Lhotse, Nipse, and like a panoramic view of the mountains. This is near from the top, so whoever arrives at, like, let's say at 3 p.m, then they can hike all the way from top to the top and have the first Everest view from that area. Alright, this is the newly established hotel in Dap, and he's the owner, and they have set the room all the way to the viewpoint of Everest if the weather is clear, and everything is cozy. Looks comfortable, and with a attached bathroom.
लाली गुरस छ नि
हजुर
यो नि चाहिँ सबै यो फुलै फुल हो खेतमा सेतै हिउँहरू हुन्छ नि अनि माथि गुरसहरू रातो सेतो चिमलहरू फुलेर एकदम राम्रो
हजुर
भ्यू चाहिँ एकदम राम्रो छ है अनि अहिले अक्टोबर सिजनमा हल्का वेदरको प्रब्लम भइरहेछ त्यही भएर अलिकति कसो उति राम्रो देखिरहेको
हजुर
अब भोलि बिहान वेदर खुल्छ होला एकदम माउन्टेनहरू
हजुर
दुर्जिङ त काठमाडौँ भने चाहिँ यो रुल चाहिँ कस्तो हो भने अब यो पिके चाहिँ यति वेदर राम्रो भयो भने माथि पिके टपबाट चाहिँ 8,000 देखि माथिको चाहिँ सबै गौरी शङ्करहरू होइन उता कञ्चनजङ्घा माउन्ट आलुदेखि लगेर एभरेस्ट लोचे नुप्चे अमडाउलम्बे सबै 8,000 देखि माथिको हिमालहरू चाहिँ सबै देखिन्छ 7-8 अनि धेरै राम्रो छ है तपाईहरु पनि सम्झिनुहोस् आउनुहोस् सबैजना इन्जोय गरौँ सोलो कुद्नु नसकेको छ हजुरहरुलाई
Okay, so here we are at top, and this is the first trail that is doing Pikey Peak Trek, and you can see the trees and some of the hills on the back of this place. As now it's the monsoon season, but during the spring season we can see a lot of rhododendrons and some of like snow caved on these hills. And this place is popular because we can see like the 8,000 meters of mountains like Everest, Lhotse, Choyu, and even like the western part of the Himalayas like Dorje and some other like range of Gauri Shankar. So this is a very cozy and best place, once you are arriving from Kathmandu. So please feel a warm welcome from Solukhumbu village. So from top to Singane, it's around 1 and 45 minutes, like let's say around 2 hours, and all of the trail is about the road, as you can see. So if you're just like walking on the road to Singane. Here we are at dawn, and we have started our journey to Singane. So the duration, I think it's going to be only 1.5 hours, just slowly. And as you can see, like the trail is all about the road. So we will be walking on the road till Singane, and this will be the day. Okay, so we have arrived to Singane, and this is the little town where they have tea houses and a very nice day after like 2 hours maximum of road walk, and this will be our today's destination. Good morning and namaste. This is the place that we slept yesterday night, and the place is called Singane, and it's not that clear, but you can see some of the mountains. So as per the local, or let's say as per the legend, they say like the place Singane, it is referred as to the Sherpa language, like a talk choke. That means this area, or let's say this place, was once a place where people they used to look out for the tigers, or let's say a viewpoint where you could see the tiger and tigress roaming around in these jungles. As you can see, the jungles are really dense, and it was a perfect point, where you could see the tigers roaming around in the jungles. So that's why the name is like Singane, and it is referred as per the language of the Sherpas.
मेरो नाम दावा शेर्पा यो ठाउँको नाम चाहिँ सिंगाने भन्छ यो पिके पिक जाने बाटोमा पर्छ यो बाटो हुँदै यो क्षेत्रबाट चाहिँ धेरै अरु हिमालहरू चाहिँ अवलोकन गर्न सक्छ यहाँबाट चाहिँ एभरेस्टको टुप्पा एभरेस्ट थाम्सरको नुम्बुर दुधकुन्डा त्यस्तै गरेर मेरा पिक कञ्चनजङ्घाको चाहिँ धेरै टाढो छ सानो देखिन सक्छ यहाँबाट पिके पिक यहाँबाट यही माथि नाङ्गो डाँडा हो पिके पिक भनेको यो तल्लो बेलको चाहिँ एकदम एभरेस्टलाई राम्रोसँग चाहिँ हेर्न सकिने एउटा राम्रो ठाउँ हो यहाँबाट चाहिँ नजिकबाट टाढाका मान्छेहरू नजिक यसो घुम्नु नजिक धेरै समय कम समय भयो भने आउन सकिन्छ यहाँ आउनु जानलाई खासै धेरै टाढो छैन काठमाडौँबाट त्यस्तै हो एक दिनको यात्राबाट पिके पिकलाई हेरेर पिके पिकबाट फर्किँदा लगभग 3-4 दिनको समय भए पनि आउन सकिन्छ यहाँबाट धेरै राम्रो छ तल्लो एभरेस्ट पनि भन्न सकिन्छ यो ठाउँलाई हामी माथि एभरेस्ट जान नसक्दा यहाँबाट चाहिँ एभरेस्टको सबै ठाउँलाई चाहिँ राम्रोसँग यहाँबाट हेर्न सकिन्छ यहाँ बाइकहरू घुम्दै आउनुभएको छ उहाँहरू यो आज खासै यो यति बेला मौसम अफ सिजनको समय हो हुस्सु बाधा लाग्ने समय हो त्यही पनि आज राम्रै खुलेको देखेर त्यस्तै समय लिएर आउन सक्नुहुन्छ तपाईँहरू यो ठाउँलाई माया गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ यहाँबाट यो मेरो होटलको नाम माउन्टेन भ्यू लज हो यहाँबाट चाहिँ धेरै माउन्टेनहरू चाहिँ राम्रो देखिन्छ अहिले यति बेला अफ सिजनको कारणले यो हुस्सु लाग्ने भएकोले धेरै खासै राम्रो देखिरहेको छैन त्यही पनि अब पछि अक्टोबर सिजनमा चाहिँ राम्रो देखिन्छ यहाँबाट हिमालहरू धेरै राम्रोहरू सफा तर यो सबै यो माउन्टेन आँगनमै बसेर हेर्न सकिन्छ यहाँबाट सबै हिमालहरू राम्रो हेरेर जान सक्नुहुन्छ तपाईँहरू
Alright, after a good sleep at Singane, we're heading towards our next destination, which is near to the Pikey Peak, and hopefully today, like, we are going to across like maybe 2 camps for the fellow trekkers, and around 9 hours the distance is going to be covered. But as we are a little bit experienced trekking guides, so we will do it I think in 5 hours. So this is the trail, and let's hope for the best weather, and we'll see you there. Thank you. So this one is a winter trail, which is like cutting the roads, or let's say a shortcut, but during the monsoon season it's really hard to walk because of the leeches, and it's really hard to see the trail as well. Nepal actually is rich in culture and traditions and religion. So most of the mountain region we follow the Buddhism. So everywhere you go, most of the trekking region, they have like a manuals. So these are written in Tibetan language. It has a history about like centuries, you know, like hundreds and hundreds year old history written in these all stone. So yeah, the thing is, like, this one is a manual, and every time you see it, then you have to go from the left side, which is known as to be a respect for the Buddhism culture. So we're now at Dara. The altitude is 2,850 meters, and seems like we have established a better trekking trail for Pikey Peak. the sound of birds and the little flowers over here. It reminds me of a Nepalese song, even though I don't have a girlfriend, but you know, we have a song. Bagaichama najau timi vamarali chindela fula samjera timilai. Okay, so after walking around 1.5 hours through the jungle and through the road, we've arrived at Tharapani. So it's before the Japare, and we're now at 2,850 meters the altitude, and as you can see, like little tea houses over here, so people they can have a lunch over here, and if anybody wants to have overnight here, they can have a wonderful view with the wonderful sound of the birds chirping all the time. This is it. Bye.
नमस्ते, मेरो नाम चाहिँ धनसरी राणा मगर र मेरो चाहिँ यहाँ टाढापानी पिके लज इन रेस्टुरेन्ट हो। यहाँनिर यो टाढापानी किन यो टाढापानी राखेको नाम भनेर सबैजनाले क्वेसन गर्नुहुन्छ, सोध्नुहुन्छ। यहाँ चाहिँ पहिला बुढापाकाले भन्नुहुन्थ्यो पहिला चाहिँ पानी चाहिँ धेरै धेरै टाढा लिनु जानु पर्थ्यो अरे, अनि त्यही भएर यहाँ पानी टाढा भएकाले नाम चाहिँ टाढापानी राखेको हो भन्नुहुन्छ उहिलेको बुढापाका बाजेहरूले। हस्, हुन्छ धन्यवाद।
This is a peaceful and a wonderful lodge that is in Tarapani with a beautiful little garden. They have a cozy room, wonderful dining hall, and the important thing is they're very friendly and very good and very kind with the nature. So with a friendly environment, I think that will be the best thing for anybody who is looking for any service here in Taliban.
अनि त्यहाँको त पब्लिक एयरपोर्टै छ, त्यहाँको मार्केटहरू छन्।
Okay, so we started our journey all the way from the last hill that we can see from here, which is Dap. And normally, like for fellow trekkers, this is going to be the place, Japre, for the day 2 camp, where they're going to have one night stay, and it's really peaceful over here with the monastery, and yeah, we made it to Chapari. This is the day all the way from Nagir to Choling Monastery, and it's right here at Chapari. So the altitude over here, it is around 2,850 meters, and the people who are doing Pikey Peak Trek, actually this place is going to be on day 2 from Kathmandu. So here a lot of people, they will have a acclimatization before they go to the Pikey Peak Base Camp, and this place is peaceful. With the sound of birds chirping and like 360 view of the jungles, and whoever are interested to Buddhism, they can join to the monastery with the monks about the prayings, chanting, and they can also see, you know, the ancient things that are here in monastery, because it's around 100 years old, and they have everything about the Buddhism. So yeah, this is it. So it's Japare, and it's really good.
मेरो नाम कामपुटी शेर्पा, मेरो होटलको नाम हिमालयन लामा। अनि तपाईहरु घुम्न आउनुभयो भने यो टाप हुँदै झाप्रेतिर पिके पिक जानु हुँदा रमाइलो छ 8000 देखि माथिको हिमालहरू सोसहरूसम्म देख्छ अनि कञ्चन जङ्गल कता कताको हिमालहरू यता भ्यू राम्रो देखिन्छ तपाईहरु आउनुहोस् तपाईहरुले सेवा सुविस्ता राम्रो दिनेछौँ हामी हाम्रो गाउँ चाहिँ झाप्रे तपाईहरु आउनुभयो भने राम्रो छ
Right now it's like cloudy over here, but as per her information, we can see like 8,000 meters of mountains, like top 6 from Choyu to Everest, Makalu, Kanchenjunga, Lhotse, and every mountains from here, and it's really good. Here we are at Zapre, and this one is one of the best hotel that we have, and we have the hotel name is Himalayas, and she's the owner. She's trying to show us the attached bathroom at the elevation of 2,000 meters with a lot of vegetation, and where you can see a lot of villages down there, and if the weather is clear, then you can see all of the mountains like Everest, Lhotse, and Makalu. So this is it from Zapre. Okay, this is the cozy room from Himalaya Lodge, all the way from Zapre, and where you have attached bathroom with a hot shower, and this is going to be one of the luxurious hotel at the altitude of 3,000 meters. Bed that looks comfy, and if you have to talk about the view, then once you step outside from the door, then you can see the vegetation, the monastery, and some of the villages down there, and with the clear weather you can see the Everest, Makalu, and a lot of 1,000 meters of mountains. Anybody who's coming from Ziri, then they are going to take that road, and there's a school over there, and this is how we go from Jabri. During spring season, like everywhere, the jungle that we can see, it's going to be full of flowers and everything. So right now we are at So this place is called as Chotomane, and here we have a little bit manual, which is like little small. So in Nepali, Chotomane is like little money, or let's say small money, and this one is in a very beautiful place, but unfortunately they have constructed the road, and yeah, this is the trail towards the Pikey. So we are heading for the Pikey Peak. So finally we have arrived at Vulpile, and where we are going to have a lunch. And for additional information to anyone who is doing the Pikey Peak Trek, it's going to be the day third, like for a lunch camp for the Chopre, and it's around 3,400 meter above the sea level, and this place is quite peaceful and not quite luxurious, but you will have a better vibe for the lunch place. So we had a wonderful lunch, the organic dalvat, and the elevation around here is around 3,500 meter. So it's going to be 3 hours for us to all the way to Pikey Peak Base Camp, and today our final destination is going to be there. And my brother is like ready to march in. All right, see you there. So after like 15 minutes of walk from Bulbulay, the next destination is Boda, and it's not the Kathmandu Boda, but it's the Boda of the Pikey Peak Trek, which you can see on the far from here on the hill, but it's closing now. So we will be choosing this trail all the way to Boda for the Pikey Peak Base Camp. I will see you there. You got a really cool eyes. So this is Lamunsei. We're very close, for the Pikey Peak Base Camp, and also another name is like Boda. And here, a lot of people, they have a cattle farming for a goat, cow, and a mountain cow like yaks, and the sheeps. And you can see some of these shepherds, they are looking for the animals, and this is it. This little town, it's named as Boda, and it has like around 5 tea houses, better for anybody who is like looking for a better sleep. And they have a stupa over there, and I think this is going to be one of the largest comparing to other camps. So we've got laws in Pikey High Camp as well. This is around 3,777 meter. So we'll continue our journey then. So anybody who's coming here, they can taste pure milk with a lot of like medicinal herbs, and you can also get a welcome from these 2 dogs who are very aggressive. So this is one of the longest wall before the Pikey it's cold here, a little bit windy, but hats off to all of those ancestors and the locals over here who have managed to look after these money walls and preserving their history. Hats off to their work. So we crossed around maybe five hills at 5 hours, and today's day. So this is the Pikey Base Camp, and here we have like around 45 tea houses, and yeah, the accommodations are pretty quite good for this much of elevation. So we're not going high camp, and we are going to stay here at the base camp, and we'll hike tomorrow for the Pikey Peak Viewpoint. So this will be our final destination for today. So this is what we have got for the dining for the Pikey Base Camp, and they've got a chimney in the middle which can make the whole dining warm, and it looks really old but very comfortable to have a dinner, breakfast, lunch, or let's say any food that you want in Pikey Base Camp. And if you want to use a Wi-Fi, then all you have to pay is like 200, not the dollars, but 200 Nepalese rupee. And for phone charge, you have got 300, and no smoking. This is what we have received for our kitchen, and it looks pretty clean, even though it's off season, but she has managed to keep it clean, and she's preparing some of the food for us to welcome us here in Pikey Base Camp. And I would like her to now give her introduction about her hotel and her experience, and here we go.
नमस्ते, मेरो नाम चम्ची शेर्पा अनि होटल माउन्टेन भ्यू। अनि हामीले होटल गरेको चाहिँ अब 15 वर्ष भयो। थोरै कम्ती होटल गरे चाहिँ अहिले चाहिँ अलिअलि बिजनेस हुँदैछ। तपाईहरुलाई धेरै स्वागत।
So these are the tea houses that we have in Pikey Base Camp, and as you can see, the Pikey Peak, the elevation is 4,065 meter, and the elevation that we have here is like 3,700. So tomorrow for the sunrise, we will be climbing all the way up to the Pikey Peak for a better sunrise. So this is an additional information for everyone who are coming here to Pikey Peak, and here we have a cheese factory. It's not like a bigger one, but a small, with a very organic cheese that they make here. So that will be a plus point from the Pikey Base Camp. So we have started for the Pikey Peak Viewpoint, as it was raining and very windy at 3 a.m. But usually whoever starts for Pikey Peak to get a better view, they normally started at 3:30 or 4 a.m. But today we had a really hot weather, so we just started at 5 a.m. and hopefully if it gets clear a little bit, see you there. And thanks to the people out here to make such a beautiful trail, as if it was not like this, then it would be very hard to climb up. It's because of monsoon season, and it always rains a lot, so it could be very dangerous and slippery. But this is how it is with the Pikey Peak Viewpoint Trail. Finally, with the beautiful view and the beautiful mountains, we have finally arrived to the Pikey Peak. So after 2 days of hiking, trekking, we have arrived here at Pikey Peak, which is around 4,000 meters. And even though it's monsoon season, as we can see, like Gaurisankar, Nupse, Everest, and Tutkunda, Numbur, Mera, like with a little bit visibility, but still it's worth it. And what we would like to recommend for this trek is like the people who don't have a lot of time, let's say who have a very tight schedule and want to have like experience of the mountains, like 8,000 meters, not going to Everest Base Camp. And for the people, let's say, who are beginner, who are not so good at trekking, we would like you guys to try it out, because at day 4 of this, making a moderate, or let's say a easy pace, you can arrive here at like 4,000 meter elevation, and which is not going to create a lot of problem for altitude sickness as well, because you'll have a better acclimatization on the trail that we have for the Pikey Peak Trek. So difficulties, it's not that hard, it's not that easy, but it's quite moderate. And like just coming up to this point, you have to wake up like around 3 or 4 a.m. during like October or let's say September, but it's worth it. So anybody who is like willing to have a short, like around 5 or 6 days of trekking, then I think with my experience, Pikey Peak, as you can see, the name itself is like Pikey Peak because of you can see all of the peak that we have, like around 80% of peaks Nepal. You can just have the exploration, and right now it's monsoon, but during October or let's say in spring season, you can have a lot of like flowers blooming, on the trail. And once you arrive here, then you'll have a clear weather where you can see Everest, Lhotse, Nupse, Numbur, Gaurisankar, and even far away the western mountains like Dorje Lakpa, Langtang. So that is why it's best to try it. And we feel very happy and lucky to at least have some of the view of the mountains even in monsoon season. And if you want anything, if you want to know more information about this trek, you can please do visit our company. This is Bold Himalaya, and we got an official website, we got a social media. So if anything, any queries, you can just contact the company Bold Himalaya. Thank you. So finally now the Everest, the Mother Everest, is opening, and we have a not better visibility, but quite good to notice that one is the Everest. And every mountains they are now clearing, and it looks perfect. And one more important thing for every trekkers, every people who are coming to Pikey Peak, you will have a two different geographical landscape of Nepal. Like when you start from Kathmandu, you will get to see the lowland, and once you start for trekking all the way from the clouds, the place called Dap, then it's going to be on midland, or let's say the hill areas, the jungles all the way. And after that you will be like walking for jungles like for 2 more days, and then you will see like the alpines and the plants which are available in mountain lands. And once you are at, let's say, to this point, then you will have a better visibility of the mountains, which we call them as the highland. So this is going to be a plus point, and the best thing is like the top of the world, the Everest, you can see right there. And not just the Everest, but a lot of 8,000 meters, 6,000 meters, 7,000 meters, holy mountains. You will have the chance to see it, to enjoy it. You can always have a wonderful experience in a short time, and it's not very busy like Khumbu or any of the top-notch the trekking area in Nepal. So it's underrated, but with the experience you will have a very wonderful experience. Okay, so this plan for Pikey Peak was to explore and to let the people know about how the Pikey Peak Trek is. And so as we are doing it in off season, it is like monsoon, but unfortunately today we got lucky because from Pikey Peak, as the name itself is like where you can have the view of all of the peak. So we have the peak like Gauri Shankar and some rolling mountains like Tasilapcha passes and like Dutkunda, Numbor, and Everest, which is like the tallest mountain or top of the world. So the thing that what I would like to say is like as we did it in this day 2, but for the beginners, or let's say the people who are new to the trekking field and who are unknown about like the altitude, who are worried about the altitude, then I think this will be the top-notch place to do the trek. Not just trekking, but to see the mountains that we have in Nepal and top of the world, the Everest. So, talking about the difficulties for the Everest and for the Pikey Peak, I would like to say Pikey Peak is far more easier than the Everest. So it's going to be safe and not any like problem with the flights like the Everest, and also the trails are very well maintained. Even though we did it in monsoon season, the trails were very perfect and it was really good for walking, and it's going to be easy for the people who are very new to the trekking and the altitude over here to see this wonderful view. It is just 4,000 meters, so you don't have to worry about AMS, haze, hype. It's just like you can manage maybe around 5 to 6 days for this trek, and I would like to recommend those people who are having a tight schedule, who wants to have a better exposure of the mountains, of the hills, of the jungles, of the flowers, or let's say the wild animals like yaks. Then please feel free to visit the Pikey Peak, and it is worth it. And if you want anything, or let's say any queries, any information about this trek, then please do visit our company. We have an official website, the www.boldhimalaya.com. You can just do a query about the Pikey Peak Trek, and yeah, that's how it is. So we're very happy, and we would like everybody to try it out once in your lifetime. It's worth it.
Okay.
So we're not going the same way that we came for Pikey Peak via Top, Chapre, Bulbule, but we are doing a round trip from here to all the way Saliri, and this is going to be the trail, and for today's destination it's going to be Junbasi. So we'll see you there. So we're walking through a jungle. Hopefully we won't be welcomed by bear or tiger. So after 1 hour of jungle walking, we're back again with the same open field, and from here onwards, maybe around 15 minutes, we'll have our breakfast and we'll continue our journey all the way to Junbasi. Today we did Pikey Peak, and We started from Pikey Base Camp to Pikey Peak, and then again came back to Pikey Base Camp. And we didn't choose the same trail that we came to the Pikey Peak. So we are going to do a round trip towards Saleri. And for that, today we're going to have a lunch over here. And the place is called Lamjura. So our next destination for today is going to be Doktor. So from here onwards, we have to walk for like at least 6 hours to Doktor, which is a small village. So in between there's no any tea houses. To arrive here, we had like 1.5 hours uphill, and from here onwards, the trail is going to be all the way downhill to the village that we can see far away, Doktor. So all in all, it's going to be 2.5 hours of downhill. So the trail is like this, a beautiful one. Not so dangerous. See you at Doktor. And one more information about this area. We have a hill called Toxindo Hill, which is covered with the clouds right now. But the thing is, like to the Lukla airport, the gateway to Everest, every plane, they choose this path. And a lot of people who have experienced the turbulence on the airplane before landing to Lukla, then this is the area. Point to be noted. After half an hour of downhill, we have arrived at around 40% up to Doktor, and as you can see, it's full of jungles and all like this, the downhill. And on this trail, you can see the place where there were 2 crashes of helicopter and aeroplane, and the name is Lamjura Hill. It is on the path of Kathmandu, or let's say to the Lukla airport, and even some of the people, they believe like there is some kind of like superstitious belief, like there is a goddess, and like whoever fly from this hill, they get hallucination with in between this hill and the Lamjura hill, so they get confused about the hills, the altitude, the height of the hill, and that is how the people, they get crashed with this hill. And rest in peace for all kind soul. So we made it to Doktor after walking 2 hours straight downhill, and this place is outstanding with the greeneries and some lands and with the little tea houses. So we're going to have some break over here, and then we'll move forward for our destination at Denvasi. So in Toktor, we got a beautiful outside view, and they have a really good accommodation, and also their kitchen is really clean, and we got a ama. We call ama. Yes, he has a Sherpa attire, Sherpa dress, and she's very friendly over here, and she's trying to provide us some drinks, just some tea. So anyone who are in Toktor, please do visit her hotel. This is the place where you can see like Jasmane Panjang if you go right, if you go left Junbesi, if you go left Toktor. So for anybody who is starting from Saleri, then it's going to be for the Pikey Peak, the one that we do it in opposite way. So we're now here at Junbesi. And she's the owner of this hotel, and she's like chanting some morning prayer, and this is like kitchen and dining, which is really neat and clean. So anybody who is like in Dunbasi, you can feel free to visit this hotel and have like a Tibetan tea, for the early breakfast. So these are really good for our immune system and makes you fresh and gives you some power of mountain. And for the breakfast, we are going to have local champaporis, which is a handmade, and it looks really healthy, and so let's have it. So we got a tour thing over here, and some of the local residents, and apple farm with a kiwi, and some of the hotels. So this is a town of Junbasi, which is in Soludutkunde municipality, and also the nearest village from Saleri. Okay, so we are now going for Tudungcheli Monastery. This is like around 2 hours distance from Junbasi, and we'll see you there. So in between Junbasi and Tudungcheli Monastery, we still have another monastery, the Ngayur Ningma Kengyur Monastery. So if you want to visit, then this will be the way, and if you want to continue, then this will be the way for Tudungcheli Monastery. After 2 hours of walk from Junbasi, we have arrived to the entrance of Tudungcheli Monastery, and this monastery, it has been well maintained, and is really peaceful out here with the forests, jungles, and a very good quality of air, and right now it's a little bit cloudy and raining, but also like the view that we have here, it's really peaceful. So we'll now move forward for the monastery, and let's see what we can get from the monastery. So this is the view from the outside of main monastery, the Thupten Choling Monastery, and as there are a lot of small houses, they are for the meditation and for some of like little monks, or let's say the young monks who are like having the education over here in monastery. It's for their settlement. So yeah, a lot of Rinpoche and a lot of devotees, they come here for meditation and praying, by which as they got they get their wish to be granted. So a lot of people here, they come for meditation, for praying, and to have let's say a good life on their reincarnation. So after like 3 hours of walking from Thupten Monastery, we will get a tri-section, like three-way over here, and as you can see the truck coming that direction, it connects to the jeep road for the Lukla. And if you want to go the Chiwang Monastery, then you have to go all the way from that bridge, the suspension bridge, to all the way to the top. But as we are heading to Phaplu, Saleri, so we're going to take this direction. So hello, namaste. It's me back again, and right now I'm at the town called Saleri, and it was after Phaplu. We started today's trek all the way from Zimbabwe, made it to Thupten Monastery, and so this town is going to be our final trekking, like final walking for a whole Pikey Peak Trek. And for the information about Pikey Peak Trek, this town is going to play let's say, a great role for starting or ending of the Pikey Peak Trek. So let's say if you go from top, you will end your Pikey Peak Trek on this town, which means you are going to do a clockwise of Pikey Peak Viewpoint, like starting from top to Singane, Tarapani, Japre, Bulbule, Pikey Base Camp, and Pikey Viewpoint. Then you go all the way down to Doktor, then Dunbasi, and from where you will also do a little bit hike and exploration at Thupten Monastery, and on the way there will be some small tea houses like on a rope beam, Foplu, and make all the way to Salim. So all in all, the distance is going to be around 60 to 65 kilometers, and the highest elevation that you are going to get is 4,000 meters. That is going to be Pikey Viewpoint. So if you do all of the round trip, then it's going to take you the maximum days of 7 days. To start from Kathmandu, the jeep ride, and to go back to Kathmandu from this town with the jeep ride. So in 7 days, all we have to walk for is like 5 days, and 2 days is going to be for jeep ride. So, like the same way, if you start from this town, then you're going to end the Pikey Peak Trek at the place called Dap, where you are going to start the clockwise. So from here, it's going to be anti-clockwise, but every place, every in our view that you are going to receive, it is going to be the same. It's 60 kilometers and 4,000 meter highest elevation, and with all of the mountain view and the local tea houses view, like local farmland, like apple garden, or let's say the animals like yaks, sheep, goat, cow. You will see everything on this trek. So anyone who are looking forward to have the Pikey Peak Trek, then these are going to be the detailed information for every plan that you are going to make for the Pikey Peak Trek. So thank you, namaste, and if you have any queries, then you can simply visit our company official website. That is going to be www.boldhimalaya.com. See you there, and thanks a lot for watching our video. Bye bye.